Hi guys, my name is Kara and I'm here at the Rove Hotel right now and I'm going to do a review. So let's go inside. Alright, so I'm here now in the 9th floor. So this is where my room is in 908. So this is the room. Ta-da! And this is how it looks like. So first, let's go to the washroom. So this is how it looks like. There's a bin, free tissues, hand sanitizers, towels, and inside the shower, free towels, shampoo and conditioner, and what's that? Shower gel. And here. So, there's a toilet. There's a phone here. I don't know why. And then, there's a mirror here. And ironing board. This is the iron. So, this is where you will hang your clothes. And for the laundry, of course, there is a TV. The water, we brought this one, so it's not from the hotel. This is the free coffees and teas. And it's a working table. The drawer here has this one, hair dryer. The fridge is here, it's empty. What else? So this is the bed. And there is a safety box here. And it's dark. This is the sofa, and the phone, drawer again, and the balcony. My cousin is there, and the view is amazing. Alright, so that's it. That's our room. We are going to eat dinner here in the balcony. This is my food from Zoom. Ano nga to? Butter chicken. And ano to?
Chicken nut, chicken cashew nut.
Chicken cashew nut. And chips and soft drinks with my cousin in the balcony.
Hindi mo ba nakikita yung ano? Yung parang falls siyang ganyan. Natapos tubig yung bumababa. Falls? Hindi ko pa nakita yung sa Expo yun.
Good morning, Expo! Pool at night. Alright guys, so I was not able to film this during our stay in the Rove Hotel because of course we didn't stay the entire time there as we are going around the Expo. So I'm just gonna do it here at home. And I have some list here so I will not forget anything that I will discuss. Alright, so I'm going to start with the things that I like while we are staying there in the Rove Hotel inside the Expo. So the first thing that I like is that they have a lot of receptionists. Unlike some hotels, even though they are big, they have a few receptionists. So you're gonna have to wait for your turn, especially when some other guests came before you or it's busy or they're assisting other people. So you're gonna have to wait for your turn. But for us, when we came there, because there's a lot of receptionists, they were able to assist us right away and help us faster. Check us in faster and check us out faster as well. And yeah, the second thing that I like is the lobby, the bar, and the restaurants. They're all big and cozy and the designs are amazing. Unfortunately, okay. I'm gonna discuss that on later on the things that I don't like. Alright, now let's move on to the third thing that I like. It's the room. Because like what I mentioned, not only the lobby, the restaurant, and the bar looks very cozy, even the room. The designs are very nice, especially our room. Its design is very cute, and fortunately the room that we got, it is near, the balcony. It has a balcony that is having a very nice view. It is near the globe. I don't know what it's, I forgot what it's called. It looks like a dome or a globe. I believe it's called Al-Wasel Dome, if I'm not mistaken. However, yeah, so every time we stay in the balcony, there's a good view, and we can hear music, we can see light effects and all that. And then the next one is the access card. Usually the access card in some hotels are just plastic cards, but for Rove Hotel, I'm not sure about because Rove Hotel have a lot of branches, so I'm not sure if all of their branches have it, because this is the first time I've ever checked in the Rove Hotel. So their access card is wooden access card, and it's very cute. And of course you're gonna have to use it for the lift and for your room, and yeah, it's cute. And then the next one is, well, everything inside the room. looks the same, just like the normal rooms in any other hotels. Like, it's got big beds. Our room itself, it has a big bed. I'm not really certain if the size is queen or king. However, it fits me and my cousin. So, and there's still a lot of space, even though me and my cousin were sleeping there together. Actually, my bed right now, it's queen size, but my cousin already slept here one time, and I don't think that my bed is the same size as the bed there. I think that one's bigger. So maybe that's king size. I'm not really certain, but I seriously think that it's bigger than the bed that I have right now. And what do you call this? Of course, there's like TV, cabinets, everything, all the normal setup in normal rooms that you can see in any other hotels. However, what I like is that is the very first time that I saw an ironing board, a literal ironing board. Usually I only see like an iron, but that was the first time that I saw an ironing board. Maybe if there is an ironing board in some hotels, maybe I have just not been there, or maybe it was stored in a place where I wasn't able to see it, or maybe it was small. But at that moment when I saw the ironing board, it was big. So I was like, okay, if for example you need to iron your clothes, you will have an ironing board to use the iron, because usually I see iron, but where are you going to iron your clothes? There's no ironing board, maybe in your bed, like that. But I don't really use it, just I got amused that there's an ironing board there. And then the next one is, oh, the water. The freebies like the coffee, the tea, the water is usual there, right? I mean, it's normal in every hotel. However, in Rove Hotel, probably because of the Expo and they are promoting it, so the water it's Aquafina, I believe. It's not in a normal bottle, it's in a can, and it looks it looks cool, cute, something like that. And then the next one is, oh, the phone inside the toilet or the washroom. I was like, why is there a phone inside the washroom or the toilet? What is it for? Then I'm thinking, I'm not really certain about it, but I'm thinking like maybe if there is some emergency that happened to you inside the washroom and you're alone, and you cannot go out the washroom and you cannot use the phone outside the washroom, then you can of course call the receptionist from inside the washroom. So that's actually a good thing. And then the next one, oh, the swimming pool. The swimming pool it's got a very nice view because you'll be able to see the dome. It's really near the dome, and it's got, like, if you do a night swimming, because at that moment that we came there, I believe there was some something that they're fixing, so the swimming pool was closed at that time during the night time. But on other nights, I do believe that they're open and they have like even DJ playing there or parties. I'm not really certain, but you can check. I didn't check it, but because the other days that I went to Expo, I do see lights on the swimming pool area of Rove. So I think that sometimes they open it. It's just that at that moment that we were there was a signage that there's something that they're fixing. But even though it was closed at that time, when I was able to go inside to film how it looks like during the nighttime, the view, it looks very nice. Especially like, for example, if there is an event happening on the dome and you will hear the music and you will see the lights, it looks amazing. And then you can see the whole expo from the top, because the swimming pool is on top, and then you can see the dome. It looks amazing for sure. And then the last one is yeah. So at that moment that we booked our stay in Rove Hotel inside the Expo, it was December. Yeah, it was December, and it was still during the middle of Expo. Okay, right now actually I'm filming it, and the Expo is already over. It's I'm sorry, I am filming it late. It's just that I wanted to put this video by the end of all the videos about Expo, because I know that after Expo it will close. I mean, the entire Expo will close. So I'm not really certain if the Rove Hotel will still be open. So at that time, during that moment on December, I'm not really certain if it's still open. I mean, if they're going to leave it open after Expo 2020 is over. So I wanted to make sure that when I post this video, I know for sure. And yeah, so during that time, when we book our stay in Rove Hotel inside the Expo, the very good thing about it is that number one, the ticket going inside the Expo and staying the entire stay in the Rove, because it's inside the Expo, so you have the free access to go inside the Expo itself and go around Expo itself, because the hotel itself is inside the Expo. And then another thing about it is that when we go around the Expo the entire day, of course we are already tired, right? Right away we will be able to go to the hotel and stay, instead of going back home, traveling very far, riding the train, riding the car or the taxi or whatever transportation. Especially I live very far away from Expo. It's like end to end of Dubai. So it's less hassle for the traveling, as after going around the Expo, right away we can go back to the hotel as it is inside Expo, and then we can take a rest right away. And at night, because they have closing time, at night, like I remember it was around 11 or 12 that they closed. I don't recall exactly what time. I forgot. It's too long. Anyway, so like for example, the closing time is from this hour. Me and my cousin were still able to go around the Expo for another 1 hour when everybody is already gone. We're still walking around. There's still people inside, but me and my cousin were still going around because the hotel is inside the Expo. So the guards, when they they never did, if they ask why are we still inside when people are being asked to go out, we can just easily say that, oh, we stay in the Expo, so we can just go there, back there easily, so they don't have to mind us. So we can still go around and take some more pictures of the pavilions and ourselves inside the Expo. So we were able to stay more or stay up late inside the Expo, unlike other people. And following day, even if the opening time in the morning is at this time, we were able to go around the Expo, even if the Expo itself is still closed to other people, right? Because we are staying inside the Expo. And I do remember they have this yoga in the morning that they're doing, but the yoga itself, the class, it's being done early, very early in the morning when the Expo itself is still closed. So I was like thinking, so that means it's only for the people who are staying inside the hotel. The reason for that is because the yoga class itself, it was inside this place where the waterfalls are. So there's a possibility that you're gonna get wet. And when you get wet, where are you going to change your clothes? Of course, you can only do that inside the hotel. Or else, of course, you can do it inside the washrooms around Expo. What do you call this? Because they have very, very nice washrooms around Expo. However, it's kind of like, why are you going to wake up super early like that just for yoga? And I mean, you're going to travel from your house just to go to Expo just for yoga. But the thing is, Expo is still closed during that class. So it's kind of like during your stay in the Rove hotel at that time, you can access the free class for yoga as well. And if, of course, if you got sweaty or if you got wet from the water, then you can just come back to the hotel and you can refresh yourself before going out again or doing something else. And yeah, so I believe that's all that I like with regards to the Rove Hotel. Now I'm gonna move on to the things that I don't like about the Rove Hotel. There's not much because I really enjoyed my stay there. So I only have three things that I don't like. Number one is that it was not allowed for me to film the lobby, the restaurant, and the bar inside the Rove Hotel. It's because at that moment that we were booked or checked in the hotel, there was an event for the UAE nationals in the Expo. So there's a lot of UAE nationals staying in the Rove Hotel and going around the lobby itself. So I was asked because I was filming in the entrance, and then I was asked by the guard or the security guard not to film inside the lobby. He didn't tell me why, but I know the reason why, because I live here for a very long time in Dubai, and I know for a fact the law that it's not allowed for other people to film other people, actually, especially UAE nationals, without permission. And not only that, this some people don't know this, but some people do. This is actually law here in the UAE, that because not everybody knows, some people do it. It's just that nobody really cares. Like, if they caught you doing that or if they catch you doing that, they don't really mind. There are only some that minds it, and if they ask you to remove your video, delete it, then you have to do it because it's the law here. So there are facilities and events and people that are not allowed to be filmed without permission. So if you got caught filming them and they ask you to remove it or delete the video that you made, just do it, because if you don't, they will call the police on you, and there will be fine, as that is the law here in UAE. Yeah, so that is one reason that I didn't like, or one thing that I didn't like in Rove at that moment, because the design of the lobby, the restaurant, and the bar is very awesome. It's very cute and it's really cozy, and it's really amazing. Unfortunately, because I was not able to film it, I just took a picture of me and my cousin in the lobby, and I just posted it on Facebook. Alright, so the second thing that I don't like is after we checked in, when we went inside the room, so I was going around everything inside the room, like what's this, what's that, and for me, I really don't like walking around barefoot. I always wear slippers. So I was like looking for, where's the slippers, where's the slippers? So I have to call the receptionist and ask for the slippers before they bring it in the room. So I was like thinking and telling my cousin, why didn't they just leave the slippers in the room and wait for the guest to call them and bring it up? Why do we have to wait? It should be there already. Like, most hotels already have that right? But why didn't they leave it there? And then another thing is, well, this one, of course, not all hotels keep utensils inside the room, because of course you can just go out and eat outside the hotel, or else you can order some food from them in their restaurant, and that's the time that they will bring the utensils to your room. However, at that moment we bought some food from outside, and there's no utensils included. So me and my cousin, we were like talking that maybe we can ask some utensils from the receptionist. I'm not really certain if the person who packed the food that we bought just forgot to put utensils when we bought it from their restaurant or from their store. And however, when we called the receptionist and asked, will you be able to bring some utensils, and they said yes. So we were like waiting, and because we were already hungry, we cannot wait anymore, and so we started eating using something else like the stirrer of the coffee. That's what we use for eating. So we're hungry, so we have to think of something else, and that's the only thing that is available. And we were able to finish the food using the stirrer. Well, Chinese, Korean, and Japanese people use sticks for chopsticks, right? So we kind of like do it like that. And after we finished the food, the utensils came, and we were like, thank you. But inside our heart and our mind, we're like, we're done eating, we actually don't need this anymore. But the effort from the staff, of course you have to say thank you. And it's just that it was so late. We understand that it's busy, it's a busy time for you guys, but hey, we're guests, we paid a lot. And that's the third thing that I don't like. It's so expensive. Like, the cheapest that we paid, that was the cheapest that we saw online for booking the Rove Hotel for our room. For one night, it is 1,050 dirhams, and that is the cheapest because that day there is no events happening, like there is no concert, there is no artist or whatever. So the days that we booked there, that was the cheapest. Imagine if there were any concerts or any events happening, it will be more expensive. But it's totally understandable because it is in the middle of Expo 2020, and the Expo itself is an event itself. So there's a point into paying a little bit expensive, not little bit, a very expensive stay in the hotel. Good thing is that I was able to ask my cousin to go there with me, so we divided between each other the cost for staying there, just for the experience of staying there during the Expo, right? And now that the Expo is over, just like what I said to you earlier, because at that moment I didn't know if the Rove Hotel will stay there after the Expo is finished. So now that I'm certain, because the Expo is over and the Rove Hotel is still working and active and still there, now the price got cheaper. Very cheap. As in, I can just check it online, the prices, because I'm not gonna be able to discuss it here, but definitely cheaper than the one that I paid, than the one that me and my cousin paid. That moment it was like 1,050 dirhams per night, and that was the cheapest without the special events, let's say special events happening. Now that there's no more Expo 2020, the event itself is over, I believe it is the normal rate of Rove Hotel, because just like what I mentioned to you earlier, there's a lot of Rove Hotels. They have different branches all over UAE or Dubai, And I've never been into one. That's the first time that I've been to the Rove Hotel. I will probably go to other Rove hotels to check the difference. But compared to the price that that we've paid back during the Expo 2020 itself, the event itself, now it's very cheap. I believe it is the same rate as the other branches now. So yes, if you wanna try and visit it, Expo 2020, the event itself is over. However, there are still some like pavilions that remained intact there that you can visit, and the dome and the parks, they're still there. So if you wanted to stay in the Rove Hotel, there's no more entrance fee for, I believe there's no more entrance fee in the Expo 2020 now. It's not called Expo 2020 anymore. It's going to be residential and business district now, so there's no more entrance fee. So you can still go there and visit the Rove Hotel there for a cheaper price. And yes, so that's it, guys, of my tour around the Rove Hotel and my review about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Bye!